Okay, we're doing the front brakes on that 2002 Silverado 2500 HD. The back was a little challenging because of the Torx bits and all, but the fronts here look pretty standard if you take a look. I mean, I turned the wheel to give it more clearance, but we have a bolt for both the caliper and the bracket. Okay, so the caliper is going to be an 18, okay, 18 mil, and I think that other one is going to be a 21. Yep, 21. Okay, so let's take the caliper off first. I'm going to, since I have it, I'm just going to use my little baby impact. Like that. There we go. And the bolt's out. And it's the same type of pin, only it doesn't have the Allen. It's just got a bolt, but it's the same one. So we'll have to clean those, just like the other one. And then we're going to do the lower one. Okay. We'll clean those up and torque those down. And then we'll get the caliper out of the way. Take a look here. Okay, so let's get the caliper out of the way. And I squeezed a little bit to get a little more motion, so should be able to get that to move a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Pretty heavy, so be careful. We're just gonna set it up there, and we're not gonna do anything with it. And then the pads come right out like so. That other one was kind of challenging. This one, I think we should be okay. Let's see, can we get the pads out, or do we have to release the bracket to get the pads out? The inboard came out okay, but the outsides, nope, doesn't want to come out. So yeah, so the bracket's got to come out for that. Okay, it looks like. I don't know. Oh, look, I got it out. Yeah, good wear. You can tell that the inside was wearing not as much as the outside. Okay, so, and supposedly ceramic is the OE friction material for this one. So. Alright, so let's go. I'm using my little stubby, and we're just going to take the bracket off again. And let's see. Okay, yep. I'm gonna fight that because it looks like it's got the factory sealant on it, so I'm gonna fight it. So give me a second, okay? I'm gonna get the bigger air hammer. All right, so with my Aircat Nitro, I was able to whisk that off with no problem at all, and you can tell that that bracket bolt has a good amount. So these are shorter than the ones that were in the bag, so we're going to actually clean those up, and before we apply some new Loctite on it. Okay, let's get the bracket cleaned. Alright, I got the bracket cleaned up. We're on the wire wheel, and now we're just going to clean the pins, and we're just going to lube it, and then I'm going to just pre-lube the inside here a little bit, and then we're just going to make sure that it's got good travel, good seat. Okay, and then when we go to put it in, it should be fine. So we'll make sure that there's good, it's not binding or anything like that. So we're just gonna make sure there's plenty. Okay, that's one. Now the other one. Okay, and I'm using the ceramic Permatex stuff here, which I've been using, and it works very well. There we go. Work it out. It's got good sealing, so we know it's okay. Yeah, it's not binding. That's good. And then, okay, that's good. Okay. All right, okay, so I've already put the rotor on. There we go, and I used a nut to hold it in place. These are the nice ones. They are painted, and they've got 120 days of salt, so they're supposed to be really durable. You pay a little premium, but it's probably worth it in the long run. And so now what we're going to do is we got to squeeze the caliper, and then let's get the bracket on with the hardware, okay? All right, let's get the bracket back on. I put some blue Loctite on here, and then I'm going to put the bracket in its place. Okay. Okay. And the one on the bottom. Okay. And then we can put this on. We can use this. Yeah, they're 21s. Oops. Okay, let's make sure it's tight. Okay. Okay, nice and tight. Okay. Right. Okay. Now we're going to use the same spring compressor to compress these pistons in slowly. Alright, and then we'll get it on, okay? Hold on. Alright, so now we're putting the pads in, and I think these should fit right in here without any issue. We can get this side, this corner in here. I think the other corner will come out. There we go. There we go. Nice. And then the brake caliper comes over, and it should just fit right inside there. Okay. Get it all squeezed together. Alright, now let's get a bolt on. Remember, we extra lubed it. I'm going to put a little more lube on it just for good measure. Right on the end here. Because it's pretty much our last chance to get lube on it. And line it up and then tighten it up by hand here. Okay, and then let's do the bottom one. Make sure that the rubber boots don't get bent over because they're actually over on the other part, and make sure that there's They're not, you know, they actually seal because there's little retainers on the end of these bolts. So we want to make sure that that happens. And these should be 18s. And we're just going to run them in like so. Okay, and then we're going to put a little, and tighten it up a little bit more, and then that's it. Then we'll seat the brakes, of course, just like always. We'll seat the brakes, and then we ought to be done. Alright, those are tight. And we're going to verify that the caliper still moves. And we want to verify that the boot is in good shape here, okay? So make sure that the boot is actually seated on the bolt on both sides here. That looks good. And it moves freely. So that's good. Alright. So that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you for following. And we'll see you again in the next video. And thank you for subscribing. Y'all have a good day. And we'll see you again. Bye now.